Keel Johnny here with his two interns, Rachel and Ellen, and our cameraman, Holly. We're chasing a puma in its natural habitat, Canada. They can also be found in other places such as South America and the west coast of the U.S. Pumas are scientifically classified in the domain Eukaryote, the kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata, class Mammalia, order Carnivora, family Felidae, genus Panthera, species Puma concolor. Some close, well-known relatives of the puma are the lion, the tiger, who are both considered big cats. Despite popular belief, pumas aren't actually considered big cats. They're more closely related to the common house cat. They have kittens, not cubs. And another close relative of the puma is the jaguar. Puma's natural prey is the deer. It also eats sometimes raccoons and fish, chinchillas, and sometimes even grasshoppers if it's hungry. It's not a very picky animal. It's actually the second largest cat in North America, in the Western Hemisphere, behind the jaguar. It lives in swampy and coastal areas. Well, it has large habitats ranging from swampy coastal areas and such to deserts. It also lives in mountains and rocky cliffs. It lives from Canada to South America, and it can run up to speeds of 35 miles an hour. Pumas also have highly adept sense of hearing, smell, and sight to track and stalk its prey. Pumas also have 5 retractable claws to help it hold on to animals. It also adapted an amazing leaping ability, leaping up to 20 feet vertically and 40 feet horizontally.
OMG.
It adapted this ability to go try to figure out how to get through its terrain better and navigate it better. It also swims, even though cats don't really like water. Pumas are the conservation status of a puma is actually endangered in Florida, protected in California. It is recognized by hunting and fishing departments in 15 states and hunted for sports in 13 others. And it's considered varmint in Texas. Now, Texas, it can be killed on site without being reported. They're pretty much rats in Texas. So, it is also... And that includes our hunt for the puma. Now let's send it back to Rachel, who's in the swamps of the Amazon hunting a jaguar.
Thanks, Nikhil. Crikey, I found a snake in the Amazon, which is where we are now, which is also where the jaguar is that I fought off just a few moments ago for this snake. And now we're going to learn about the jaguar. The jaguar's natural habitat is tropical forests such as the Amazon rainforest. However, it also resides in several other terrains like swamps and savannas all over southern Mexico and Central and South America. The habitat the zoo created includes several of its native plants. It also has heat spot rocks which regulate the temperature to stay warmer like it would be in its habitat. There are also sensors for enrichment so that the jaguar can grow up in a similar environment as possible. The zoo maintains a well-rounded exhibit for the jaguar to live in. For presentation purposes only, they could put more windows in the exhibit so it could be more easily viewed. In captivity, the jaguar has an exceptionally higher survival rate as there are forms of healthcare and no natural predators, although it has very few to begin with. The zoo maintains genetic diversity among its species by partaking in SSP, or Species Survival Plan. It's like a dating service for animals. All births are planned, all offspring are accounted for long before their conception. They work with other zoos in order to maintain genetic diversity. For example, Kanga was born at the Zoologico La Jungla in Guatemala on September 7, 2000. She came into the Philadelphia Zoo on October 4, 2010. Kinga arrived here under a Species Survival Plan SSP breeding recommendation. She will meet Jutai in the coming months to hopefully form a successful breeding bond. Philadelphia Zoo offers membership to sponsor and fundraise for its animals' continued conservation. There are also hypothetical adoptions and volunteer efforts. Recently, tiger Terrans feeders were replaced and other underground feeders were renovated. Jaguars prey on macaws, chimpanzees, parrots, monkeys, and tree frogs while having no natural predators. The jaguar's complete scientific name in the Linnean classification scheme is Animalia cordata mammalia carnivora felidae panthera onca. Jaguars are listed as endangered according to the Endangered Species Act, or ESA. They are listed as near threatened due to loss of habitat, poaching of prey, and fragmentation of populations. However, they are still moderately abundant. Jaguars have a large head, especially equipped for piercing the skull of their prey with their canines, and jaguars are good swimmers, which accommodates their living styles. That concludes the jaguar portion. Challenge in the mountains of China.
Hi. What is that Japanese?
Guys, stop eating. I know Chinese food is good, but we have to go catch that snow leopard over there. We are now in the snowy mountainous areas of China, the natural habitat of the snow leopard. Its territory actually spans across 12 different countries of the high and rugged areas of Central Asia. With the Linnean classification of Panthera uncia, like the tiger and jaguar, they tend to stay on the borders of countries because very few people tend to be living there. Now we can take a look at the habitat created by the zoo. Although the habitat isn't as mountainous or snowy, the zoo made a point to make elevated grounds as well as low ones. They did this so that the snow leopard wouldn't lose its jumping abilities. With the vast space to run and roam, the snow leopard is still able to keep its senses. In the future, zoos should still keep in mind that to make the snow leopard feel more in its own territory, it should add more plants such as trees and shrubs. As mentioned before, their jumping is extremely important so that they can easily conquer their mountainous terrain and hunt with more agility. Advantages of living in captivity can clearly be seen when the average lifespan of the snow leopard increases by up to 18 years. They don't have to worry about lack of food, getting hurt, or diseases, as there are always professional veterinarians at hand. In addition, they aren't in danger of being hunted or attacked by predators. Their white fur helps them to blend in with the snow. They have a well-developed chest that helps draw oxygen from high up, short forelimbs with sizable paws, long hind limbs, and a thick tail for balance. And of course, it has long body fur for the cold. With these useful adaptations, the snow leopard has to be well equipped to live in its habitat, but it also needs to eat. This is the food chain of the snow leopard. It mainly eats wild goats and it also eats other goat-like remnants such as Himalayan tahr and gorals, deer, boars, and longer monkeys. Now, however, this precious animal is being hunted for its fur. It is also endangered because of deforestation. Zoos and wildlife preservations are doing everything they can to help this creature. That includes our section on the snow leopard. Too bad Nikhil got sick from all that Chinese food, but let's go to Holly in Eastern Asia.
Today I am in the studio for Animal Planet because the other day I broke my leg while chasing a tiger. So for the Amur tiger, its natural habitat is in the jungle. The jungle has many trees and rocks. The Amur tiger is mainly in far eastern Asia and China. The zoo provides many large rocks and trees for the Amur tiger to climb and stretch on. They also provide a pool for the tiger to swim and bathe in. The zoo could add more space and larger trees for the tiger to further enhance its living conditions. Some adaptations of the Amur tiger is its striped coat. This helps it blend into the trees and tall grass of its natural habitat. Also, the Amur tiger has the ability to see in the dark, which helps it to catch its prey. In addition, the Amur tiger has retractable claws, which helps them not wear down from the many rocks, and this also helps them stay sharp. The Amur tiger prefers to eat elk and deer. The Amur tiger tends to live a lot longer in the zoo environment, but being in the wild gives the tiger more space to run and hunt freely. The zoo prevents the Amur tiger from being hunted in the wild. The Amur tiger is in the Panthera genus, and its species is tigris. The Amur tiger is endangered today according to the conservation status and this is due to excessive hunting for this tiger's beautiful coat. The endangerment of this tiger is also due to deforestation of its jungle.
The similarities between the puma, jaguar, snow leopard, and the tiger are that they all come from divergent evolution. This means that all of these animals came from a similar ancestor but are now different. These large cats are all hunters and are very protective of their territory. They are well adapted as strong predators. The only difference is that the puma is not part of the Panthera genus like the snow leopard, tiger, and jaguar.
Nikhil Johnny here, back from his hunt of the big cats around the world. Now, we've learned many things about these magnificent creatures, but there's one controversial question that we should answer. Should we keep these magnificent creatures in zoos? Well, there's some advantages, like protecting endangered species, and it'd be an easier way to study these wild creatures. It'd also protect them from the dangers of wildlife, such as disease, famine, and competition from other predators. It will also help us educate citizens about dangerous animals from a safe position. It will also increase the lifespan of animals in captivity compared to those in the wild. Some disadvantages, though, would be that the animals lose their natural instinct and abilities. Also, the habitats may be too small to fit the animals' needs, and the habitats may not be accurate to the animal's natural habitat, and it might not fit their needs. Proper food may not be provided too. Also, these animals may be domesticated in captivity. Now, you may ask, how do zoos help educate the public? Well, I know the Philadelphia Zoo hosts numerous events that help and encourage kids to understand the animals found in the zoo. Things such as Creepy Critters, which helps kids find the feelings and thoughts towards different animals, or Habitats and Adaptations, which helps kids learn about animals' different habitats and adaptations. With a well-made and run zoo, a community will become more knowledgeable about the animals that can be found in their backyard as well as across the ocean. It will provide an extensive learning experience to any, whether you are 9 or 90. A zoo would also create a perfect field trip destination for any school. Plus, if it's made well enough, there might be a new tourist attraction in town.
This is Holly, back in the studio, about to tell you about the similarities and differences in the behavior of the puma, tiger, snow leopard, and jaguar. For all these cats, they're generally solitary, and for the puma, they never hunt. The puma is never in social groups of prides or packs, but the tiger is. It's in groups of generally 6 adult tigers. The snow leopard is also solitary, but the jaguar is nocturnal. They like to hunt at night, but they usually rest and hide during the day. They are territorial except when breeding for the jaguar. The puma is very important in social bonding between mothers and young. They are agile and have great jumping power. They swim well but prefer not to enter the water until they... the puma does not swim well. They prefer to never enter the water unless they absolutely have to. The tiger, on the other hand, loves the water and doesn't care to swim. The tiger loves the water and doesn't mind swimming. The snow leopard cannot roar, but they like to purr. The jaguar also loves to swim, and they're very fond of the water, and they're very territorial. The male patrols an area of 10 to 60 square miles, and they use tree scratches and leave scents of urine and dung to warn off other males approaching the territory. That's fine.
In the zoo, none of these animals cannot share the same exhibit area at the same time. If it could be redone, preferably the animals would all be given a bigger living space.